everybody, it's the Lawn Gnome and welcome to another Out of the Vault. If you have yet to catch up on my previous episodes, I have posted the playlist down in the box below. So today, as I said, we were going to go old school and we were going to take a look at one of the older Disney classics. And today we're going to look at the fifth, from 1942, the well-known classic tale of that wonderful, adorable deer, Bambi. Now, this was definitely an interesting one for me, considering that it has been, I'd say, give or take 20 to 25 years since I've actually seen this movie. I just remember loving it as a kid just because of the absolute cuteness that these characters were. And yes, when you do watch this movie at my age again, you still do see that amazing, iconic cuteness, and all of those scenes like the butterfly on Bambi's tail, and the scene with Bambi and Thumper on the ice, and just Thumper hitting his foot on the logs, and Flower the skunk. Like, you just love these characters, and you just can't get enough of how amazingly cute they are in the movie. But then when you take a look at this movie after not seeing it for about 25 years and being a grown adult, you wonder, is this movie really that great? Because honestly, I didn't think so. I mean, one of the things that I have to say that was very funny was, if you've seen my previous episodes, I try to find the vintage movie posters of the original theatrical releases of each of these Disney classics. And the tagline on Bambi's is, "The greatest love story ever told." This movie's not a love story. Okay, there is a love interest in Bambi's life as he grows up, but this is not a story about love. This is a story about life and friendship and family. So I think that there's some false advertisement there. Secondly, why is his name Bambi? Bambi's a girl's name. Okay, when you're a little kid, you don't really think about this, but Bambi is a female name. I don't know of a guy named Bambi. 3, did anyone else, especially if you've seen this movie recently, think that Flower was a little bit on the flamboyant side? I mean, some would say that he is ultra shy and ultra bashful, but I don't know. He was showing some very emasculine qualities, even when he was an adult, and he did actually find his mate later in the movie. And the other thing is, and this is for all of you zoologists out there, is a deer, a rabbit, and a skunk supposed to age that quickly? This movie is a span of 2 years. Bambi being born, Bambi growing up, and Bambi having his own children. And yes, that's a spoiler. If you haven't seen this movie, shame on you. Because even though I am practically trashing it, it doesn't mean you still shouldn't see it. It's a Disney classic. But I don't know if these animals are supposed to grow that fast. Just tell me. If you're experts in animals out there, please let me know. And of course, we have to talk about how this movie is really not so kid-friendly. Sure, it's got the adorableness of the characters, but there are some really intense moments in this movie. And of course, that iconic scene in the movie, which you do not see, but obviously, when the unthinkable happens to Bambi's mother. It just gives kids nightmares, and they cry, and they bawl, and they just can't get over this. So why do you put it in a kid's movie? And fires, and death, like, oh, I don't know. I don't know what the 1940s were supposed to be for children, but this movie is definitely more of a coming-of-age life piece for maybe an older group, because also there really wasn't that specific boundary that set a child's movie from an adult's movie like the rating system that we have today. What was also very interesting about this movie was the fact that this is one of the few Disney movies that actually takes place in modern time. Meaning at the time it was 1942, but it was a modern day story, especially considering the fact that they were man and they were hunters. Now that I've finally seen Bambi after all these years, I am going to have to say it's a classic, but it's really not the movie that I really thought that it was when I was little. And Bambi is going to get 2 out of 4. That's it, everybody. Hope you appreciated this episode. I'd love your feedback and give me your thoughts on Bambi. And I'll see you guys next month when I bring another Disney classic to review. Thank you for watching Out of the Vault, and actions speak louder than words.